You're in the right place at the right time. You're on TMC today. We're here today with brother Travis Cain, the older brother of George Floyd. Brother Travis, how you doing today, brother?
I'm doing just great.
Good to have you with us today, brother. This brother is always on the go every time I see you. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna play the promo. After we play the promo, we'll be back with brother Travis Cain.
Cains, yes.
Cain.
Hi, my name is Travis Cains. I'm from Houston, Texas, 3rd Ward area, Trinity Home Projects, born and raised. And this is my little brother, George Floyd. I created this mural to make everybody understand where he was from, to make you understand that injustice has happened in America. We're tired of our kids being made of murals, being put on murals.
Once again, we are back here with our brother today, brother Travis Cain's, the oldest brother of George Floyd. Brother Travis, we want to thank you for joining us on today, brother.
No problem, man. No problem.
On March the 8th, the jury selection started for the murder trial of former 19-year police officer Derek Chauvin for the insidious murder of George Floyd. For 8 minutes and 46 seconds, Chauvin felt on the neck of Mr. Floyd, showing no emotion as Mr. Floyd pleaded and begged for his life. Called for his mother and continuously exclaimed, "I can't breathe." We revisit the sad event of May 25th, 2020, as we talk to Travis Cain, older brother, George Floyd. And Travis is now a civil rights activist based in Houston, Texas. Brother Travis, America is guessing his death. Tell me about George Floyd as the younger brother and who he really was.
Well, George Floyd was a good friend of mine, man. My brother from another mother. I don't want you to get it twisted like I'm the biological, but I'm the one that raised him, man. And we would come up in the house, and in the neighborhood together. We were just real close, like we was brothers. His mother called me my son. And who George Floyd was a good brother, point blank, period, man. As like come up under us. He had some trials, tribulations, because we come up in the inner city, in the Cain'S projects. He was really a gentle giant, like the world has said he was who he was. You know what I'm saying? Cool brother. You know what I mean? A1. You know what I mean? Like I said, if you heard me say it before, he was just that humble brother that had aspirations to go and be what all he could be. You know what I mean? Coming from out of a bad situation, he was trying to go get his life together in Minnesota, and went to go get his life together and got his life taken, which was very hurtful to the family, the community, to me. You know what I'm saying? And when you used to being around somebody and growing up with him, you know what I mean, and him being right there, and sitting right there, I'm gonna get a call, you know what I'm saying, well, man, he just said, "What you doing? Come on, let's go, or let's do this and that," you know what I mean? Or I need you, you know what I'm saying? I never could say no to him for some reason, you know what I'm saying? Never could say no. And if I got on his butt, you know what I mean, or got on it, we argue, we argue whatever, and that was it. We went back to loving each other. You know what I'm saying? This really was my brother, man. You know what I mean? Uh, when leaving here, you know what I'm saying? He had in his mind like telling me like, big bro, I gotta get up there, get my life, get it together where I come back and take care of my kid. You know what I'm saying? Uh, just so much struggle he went through, man. It was just time for him to go. You know what I'm saying? And get his life together. And unfortunately, they took it. You know what I mean? We pray on it every day. We fight like I do. The family fights. And the whole world love him now. You know what I mean? Because they know he was a sacrificial lamb. Uh, it's bad, man. It's sad. It's sad that you could have such a systematic racism system, and to where it is the person behind the badge is not the right person, and they abuse their authority behind the badge. Uh, and we have to go through things like this as being black people. You know what I mean? It's sad, but that's just what it is, man.
Thank you, brother. Travis, you know that from my perspective, I was living when I saw the video. Now, tell me in the inner circle where you stand, knowing him so personally, what kind of mental challenge and emotional roller coaster did seeing that video put you on?
How much emotion did it do me?
What kind of an emotional roller coaster and you know did that looking at that video and mental challenge looking at that video put you on?
Oh man, I was so bad, man, cause that's my little brother. You remember I'm my little partner. You feel me? And me and him seen so many people go, man, and you know what I'm saying. For me to see him just go like that, just murdered. I mean, we've seen murderers all our life, man. We grew up in the Cain'S projects, which is the worst and the largest projects it is in the fourth largest city of America. We've seen our friends die all type of form and fashion ways. We've seen police brutality. We've been through police brutality together. Uh, you know, uh, to see it, man, it's a hell of a emotional ride because to see like they didn't really care. You know what I'm saying? When I talked on the Capitol the other day, I told these people, I say, what I seen with my eyes, you know what I'm saying, was murder. You know what I mean? Floyd, my little brother didn't die down there. Now he was murdered down there. Uh, and I explained to him, this was a public lynching. And a public lynching is like what they used to do back in the older days, you know what I'm saying, where they get you in the town square and hang you from a tree. It might well just been hung for a tree, man. Like, it's sad, but it hurts, man, to see it. It's all the way messed around. You know what I mean? I never would have thought that I'd be going through this in life, man. To see one of God's angels be put down there with me. You know what I mean? That's the fortune, the blessing that I have. He put them right next to me. You know what I'm saying? And uh, and we loved each other, man. You know what I'm saying? It was one roof, one fam. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is, my brother.
Thank you, brother. 1,700 globally in towns in all 50 states protested and demonstrated following the death of George Floyd. Not only his immediate family, the nation needs closure in this case. If justice is derailed, is sharpened crack, what will be the outcome?
If justice is not prevailed, if they don't do anything, and I'm praying that they do something that's I'm praying that they bring some kind of, real time or something like that, man, because these people gonna tear this place up, man. And that's something I know that he wouldn't have wanted. You know what I mean? Oh, when you think about it, man, you want to something happen. You know what I'm saying? Where you get some time because these people gonna go crazy, man. They will really see that we really don't matter. They really feel like we don't matter if nothing don't happen. You know what I mean? You know, and that would be a sad day, man. You know what I mean? That would be a sad day, man, because you seen it with your own eyes. It was taped. It was live. You know what I mean? So that'd be, just crazy.
Thank you, brother. What was big for me in the video was George Floyd never resisted arrest. He was.
I can't hear you. Say it again, my brother. I'm sorry.
What was big for me in the video was George Floyd never resisted arrest. He was compliant. They set the tone when they walked up with guns drawn and escalated the situation. This is a nightmare that constantly replaces in Black America. Where, in your opinion, is the disconnect with these lawmakers, police officers, judicial system, and unsympathetic supporters?
They are, hold on, real quick. Yeah, you say the question, but I apologize, man.
Oh, no problem, no problem. I said that what was big for me in the video was George Floyd never resisted arrest. He was compliant. They set the tone when they walked up with guns drawn and escalated the situation. This is a nightmare that constantly replays itself as Black America. Where, in your opinion, is the disconnect with these lawmakers, police officers, judicial system, and unsympathetic supporters?
The disconnect is what you got to start. You have to start from the core. Okay, you start from the core because you got to. Who are they putting in these? And you gotta see. You gotta see. It's who are they putting behind the badge? Who are you putting in these academies? You know what I'm saying? I did a piece on white supremacy infiltrating the law enforcement, the penal system. And like I said, you have to start from the core. You have to do more research on these people that you're putting behind the badge. Now, some agencies are now doing polygraph tests, asking, have you been in any kind of malicious group or anything? As white supremacy, Black Panthers are into that. I mean, they doing polygraph before the officers is getting inside the police academy, which is good. So for me, you have to start from the core. You know what I mean? It's seeing who you put in place. You know what I'm saying, to protect and serve. You know what I'm saying? Once you do that, and the racism is never going to stop. But you can slow it down in the law enforcement system, in the system. You know what I mean? It's going to be, till the end of time. It was there before we were born. It will be there when we leave. You know what I mean? It's our job to make change, though. You know what I mean? And that's,
an activist.
That's where I'm at with it.
Thank you, brother. An activist in Atlanta, Georgia, Laura Manigault Irving, asked the question, who has reached out to the family and how have they been instrumental?
You say who's reached out to the family?
And how have they been instrumental?
It's a bunch of people it's kind of hard to hear. Say that again one more time, bro. Ask that question.
Who has reached out to the family and how have they been instrumental?
It is a lot of from what I've seen. It's so many people that helping and reached out to do things. We have, it's sad to say, 3 foundations, you know what I mean? But they're doing what they're supposed to do diligently to help the family and everything, and keep them in comfort. You know what I mean? Keep them, I guess, all of us. But all of us still hurting though. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's it's a lot of Sorry, man. People said try to holler at me, man. I apologize, man. You know what
That's
I mean?
all right.
I come back, I come to walk, do me some exercise, and
Yeah,
I'm walking in the neighborhood, man. Our old neighborhood. So it's like people, holler at me like, "Hey, thank you, what you doing?" and this and that. I'm just, what I mean, just savoring the moment, man. With my people
absolutely,
out
man.
here, but you know,
Absolutely, absolutely. Laura Manigo Urban wants to know, what do you want us, the public, to know about this trial that we should already know?
I want y'all to know that just pray that it goes right, and give them some time, and that that they understand, like my little brother was human. What I mean? What happened was inhuman. Uh, and just pray on it. All I can do, if you have a supreme being, what I mean? I don't know what your religion is or whatever, because there's many of us, but it's only one God. All I have to do is pray on it, man. That's all I can supposed to do. Let go and let God. You know.
Um, when I was Brother Travis, you've taken the pain.
I can't hear you.
You've taken the pain. Can you hear me now?
I can't
Can
hear
you
you.
hear me now?
I can't
No,
hear you.
I didn't do anything different. Can you hear me now? You still can't hear me? Yeah, I don't know why you can't hear me, brother. Hey, check and see if you're not mute. See if you didn't mute it. Did you mute me?
The audio.
Can you hear me now? We lost brother Travis Cain. He said he was having a problem hearing me, so maybe he'll come back in. Here he is now. Let's see if we got a connection now.
Yeah, there we go. I can hear you
All right,
again now.
all right, 10-4, 10-4. I was asking the question, brother Travis.
Yeah.
You've taken the pain and the anguish and the proverbial lemons and turned them into lemonade as you have become an activist. Tell me about the work you have been doing with the Texas legislature
Went
and the
out
Georgia.
again.
Can't hear
Can't hear
me?
you again.
It may be where you are. You probably, because you're moving. You might be losing the signal when you move. That's Travis Cain. Um, Closest brothers with George Floyd personally in George Floyd's inner circle. We were having a little some technical difficulties. He was giving us a view from a bird's eye view from the inner circle of brother George Floyd. Yeah, it's his connection. Laura Manigold Urban saying, yeah, it's his connection. It absolutely is. I can hear you. I think that when you move, we're losing the connection some, and I don't want to stop your exercise. You still can't hear me? Hello? All right, brother Travis, can you hear me now? Well, I can hear brother Travis, but he's having a problem hearing me. You still can't hear me? Can you hear me now? So Brother Travis says, I guess he's gonna try to come back in. Here he is. Let's see. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay, I only have a couple more questions, so stay in that
Come
spot.
on, man. Come on.
Stay in that spot. I only have a couple more questions.
Yeah, I don't know what to put.
Yeah, I think you're moving and you're losing the signal. So just a couple more
Okay,
questions.
that's probably what it is. Okay, that's probably what it is. All right.
All right. I see that Brother Travis, you've taken the pain and the anguish and the proverbial lemons and turned them into lemonade as you become an activist. Tell me about the work that you've been doing with the Texas legislature and the George Floyd Act.
Well, the work that I did do, I went. We've been fighting for the George Floyd Act, 88 for I would say for about 3 to 4 to 5 months, and I've done other activist work as from doing the feeding and giving food away in the community, speaking and then telling the life of George Floyd, and looking forward to doing some fighting. You know what I mean? And getting into some good trouble. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
I take the title as a human rights activist because I'm not biased. You know what I mean? And what's inhuman is inhuman. You know what I mean? That's why I took that title. You know what I mean? And I didn't take it; they gave it to me. You know what I mean? Like, man, here I say, well, like, if that's what the Lord is calling me to do, that's what I'll do. You know.
Absolutely, brother. We appreciate you. During this time of a relentless battle, sleepless nights, you said God has spoken to you about your call. Could you tell me a little bit about God's message to you?
His message to me, man. You know what? I've always been the brother's keeper type of brother. I was a bail bondsman in the city of Houston for 30 years, and I've always been my brother's keeper type brother. I'm the one that. I used to free all the rappers, you know what I mean, and do everything. And man, that's just my heart. That's been my heart. You know what I'm saying? I brought black families home. I mean, black brothers home and black sisters home to come home and fight their case out here. You know what I mean? I didn't judge them whether they were, guilty or not. That's what my job was. My job was to bail them out, and I became love behind that. And I love the passion of helping people. You know what I mean? Not just people. That's been, just helping people going through hardships, period. If I can help, that's just how my heart is. So when Lil Bruh passed, you know what I mean, I had already been doing some community work, some community activist work, doing some stuff around the community. I said I might well go ahead, you know what I mean, and do this for him and do this for the culture and do this for everyone that's being inhumanly done, you know what I'm saying, by police, you know what I'm saying, and a systematic racism, so that's just where I'm at now. You know what I mean? That's what I think I've been called to do, man, because everybody keeps telling me, like, what you gonna do? Now you got to run. Now they say you want me to run, you know what I mean? So I don't know, you know what I mean? I just, what the God has gave for me, and I'll keep on doing it as long as he waking me up, you know what I mean? And if he telling me, if he put this in my plan, I must follow the plan. You know what I mean? So this is my calling.
I didn't figure it out until I was writing this show. What Cain's man symbolizes. It's your last name, but it's kind of poetic. But I figured it out. You want to share with the people what it means?
Well, Cain's man, is Cain's man. You know what I'm saying? Is it's short for Cain's management, but it's short. It's Cain's man is like a man, you know what I mean? Like it's an old quote that I have, you know what I'm saying? It's like my grandfather and them, you know what I'm saying? We are Cain's men. You know what I mean? We are Cain, you're Cain, you're Cain's man. And I just grew up off the, like that, man. My grandfather raised me, you know what I'm saying? And in they were slaves, and in the Louisiana country, I mean, they was like, oh, that's old Cain's, oh, that's old Cain's, man, that's one of the Cain'smen. You know what I mean, like that, and that's where they come from. You know what I'm saying? My ancestors picked cotton. You know what I'm saying, for 35 cents a day. I am the grandson of a field Negro, so that's why I have this in me like that. You know what I mean?
That's awesome. Thank you,
So that's
brother.
where it comes from.
That's where it comes from. Daniel
Yeah.
Mack, one of the hosts of Representative David Mack's radio show, asked this question. Daniel Mack says, I'd like to know, how Travis Cain interprets the timing of the $27 million wrongful death award that was presented to him, to the family, and what he considers justice in his own view. He says it's crazy how U.S. culture equates money and the value of life as if people are worth more when dead, so the war will make everything okay. It's like piecemeal reparations. That's only a fraction of true justice. And so, brother, Daniel Mack wants to know how you feel about that.
Well, some tactics that cities and systems that go through this use, what they're trying to do, okay, well, let's pay the family what we keep it quiet a little bit. Come on, let's keep it real now. You know what I mean? Well, let's try, like ease the tension on the criminal part of the situation. That might have been their tactic. I don't know. But I do know, it's this old term that we have in Texas. Bullshit ain't never chewed up grass. You know what I'm saying? So excuse the French, but I have to go, I am a real person. You know what I mean? And I'm a godly person, but I do have to call a ball and a strike a strike. Yeah. So when you see that, they're gonna try to, like just pay it on out the way. But now, you know what I'm saying? He still was someone, you know what I mean? And Derek Chauvin was the one that needs to be brought to justice. Point blank. We don't care if you gave us 200 million. The money's not an issue, you know what I'm saying, with a life. If it was up to me and in my part, I would be like, you can give me my partner back, give me my partner back, give me my little brother back. You know what I mean? And keep that money ain't nothing, I mean, it's something, but hey, that's still a life. And we don't know, I don't know how it's being cut up because I'm not getting any of it. You know what I mean? What I do from the heart. You know what I mean? My activist work is from the heart. You know what I mean? I'm not saying about fighting for them behind no money. It's not about money with me. It's about getting justice for them. So.
Absolutely, brother. And Lauren Manigault Irvin said exactly.
That's what it is.
She said Aaron from ESPN received $50 million when she was.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hold on.
Lauren Manigault Irvin says Aaron from ESPN received $50 million when she was exposed. Our life is worth more. Absolutely. You can't get another George Floyd. You can't pay for another George Floyd. Absolutely not. Absolutely.
Here we go. Yeah.
Yeah, brother Travis. I was just saying that Laura Manigault Irvin chimed in and she says exactly. Aaron from ESPN received $50 million when she was exposed. Our life is worth more, and our lives are worth more. Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely.
Yes.
Brother.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
Yes, our lives are, the term Black Lives Matter really do. We really do matter.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? We are human too, and that's the reason I fight, to make them understand. We are human too. We bleed red. I told the whole committee the other day. You know what I mean? Black lives. We all are human. We all bleed red. You know what I mean? But his lives matter, man, and he was someone. Like if you look at my speech that I did at the funeral in Houston, everything that I said was sincere. And if everybody's listening to me right now, you go back and understand the speech that I made. Go look at the speech that I made at the Houston funeral. And I meant every word that I'm saying, man, because you have to keep fighting. That's the only way this gonna change, man. You got to fight. You have to fight, man. You have to fight. I have to fight. You know what I mean? This is like I had a world on my shoulders now, but I'm packing them. I'm packing it. You know what I'm saying? For him. You know what I mean? He can't breathe, so I'm gonna breathe for him, because he would have breathed for me.
Yes, sir. And
You know what I mean?
I understand what you mean. I want you to know that, you and me have never met before, but I just want you to know that our thoughts and our prayers are with you. I want you to know that we've taken stances where we live at, all across the United States. People reach out and let me know. George Floyd not only changed the landscape of America, he changed the landscape of the world. And, the brother never got to see it, but just like you said, I appreciate him and his life. I don't appreciate what happened to him, but
Yeah,
life, because what they did to him was the shot that was heard around the world. And I don't think people are going to ever let people forget it. There's no one that's ever going to forget that.
yeah. No, we will never forget it. It is a part of history that I didn't want to be a part of. This was God's doing. But my calling is my call. That's what I'm doing now, fighting for,
The last thing I'm going to ask you, brother, is for the people
No problem.
out there that tuned in late, because I'm going to let you go back to your exercise. I don't want to stop you, because I was laughing when I heard you say, boy, it's a lot of walking in the state house. I said, well, I'm glad you let me know that. You said,
What? Did you hear me, man? Look, let me tell you something, man. When you come to the Texas Capitol, I don't know about the U.S. I mean, I've marched and everything else, and watched it and all of that. But let me tell you something, man. That walk in March didn't last no more than the hour, 2 hours. Man, I walked in the Texas Capitol for 8 to 9 hours, man.
Ooh.
And if I tell you, man, like, it's because you have to go from room to room, and it's a hell of an experience, man. But I'm here for the fight. You know what I mean? I don't care what I got to do. You know what I mean? To get justice and let his name go in vain.
Yes, sir.
You see, we were so close, man. You know what I mean? We closer than what the brothers is. You know what I mean? He's actual biological brother, but I love him too. You know what I mean? I love the whole family. His mom was called me son. You know what I mean? And she was my mother. You know what I mean? It just, man, it's really bad, man. It's sad. You be with a person, right next to you for, 40-something years, man. That's a lot. That's a long time. That's a long time, man. You know what I mean?
40-something years, yeah.
Yeah, 40-something years is a long time, man. And you wonder why I'm considered a big bro. You know what I mean? I always have been big bro. He always have been little bro. You know what I mean? So that's just what it is, man. But I'm here. I'm here for the long haul. You know what I mean? I'm getting so many questions like, when you gonna run? When you gonna run? They're like, hey, let's get this justice first. Then I think about what I want to run for. You know what I mean? Because I'm ready to speak. I'm ready to get some things done in my city for Houston, Texas. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Make him proud. You know what I mean? Make the blackness proud. You know what I mean? Make the world proud. Just fight for everyone. You know what I mean? Our lives matter. But right now at a certain point, Black Lives Matter right now, man, because it's bad. It's bad for us. You know what I mean? Never been biased a day in my life. But it's just we just have some crooked people in this world that it has hatred in their heart, and you got to pray for them too. You know what I mean? I'll feed them with a long round spoon though. You know what I mean? And just watch them.
Listen. So I see the old saying goes all the way from South Carolina to Texas.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's an old saying down here that I was saying. You can always forgive a person. I forgive you. If you done me wrong or don't whatever, I forgive you. But that don't mean I'm invite you back to my dinner table.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
No, we're not eating together no more. You know what I mean? I forgive you, but I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna pray for you and love you from a distance. You know what I'm saying? I have to love you in a Christian form and fashion way there. So that's what it is, my brother.
Brother, I appreciate you coming on the show so much today. And I just want to ask you your parting words, man. For anybody out there, tell them something about George Floyd that they didn't know and that they need to know about that brother. How they trying to dirty his name up. Tell them something they need to know about that brother.
Man, he was nothing but a human being that made some mistakes in life and only trying to get his life together. That's who he was. He was a human being. He was a father. He was a brother. He was a basketball player. He was a football player. He was a great man, man. He was a good brother, man. You know what I'm saying? And if I tell you, man, they gonna say this, they gonna say that, they bring up the past. It wasn't about his past, it was about his future that he was trying to do. They were trying to get a life together before the incident. You know what I mean? Man, he's a good brother, man. Good brother, man. Take his shirt off the back for you. You know what I mean? Like good brother, man. Go to war with you. Down. When I say down, down, because I taught him that way. You know what I mean? His brothers around me that out, he just fell into around some negative brothers, some negative peers. You know what I mean? And it just, it just went downhill, man. When his mom passed, he really hurt it. You know what I mean? 2 years before, so it's like, you know what I mean? Like he was only a brother, man. Just good man, good brother, man. You know what I'm saying? All that he talking about, he robbed somebody and he put pistol, you know what I'm saying, to the girl head and stuff like that. All that shit is lies. Excuse my French. But all those are lies, man. That wasn't him, man. You know what I mean? See, the thing is, the difference is, I know him. I know what it was. I know, you know what I'm saying, his flaws, you know what I'm saying, and all the trials and tribulations that he went through. I was right there. I was right there with the sacrificial lamb that died for us, man. That made this change this world. Things are changing just as well as we are speaking right now. As we talk right now, things are changing.
They are.
And
They
that's the way, you know what I'm saying, it was meant to be done. You know what I mean? And that's who he was, man. A good brother, man. Good brother. He was only a human being like anyone else, man. And what was there was injustice. So it's justice for George Floyd.
Thank you.
You freeze up on you?
I apologize for that. I don't know what happened. We had brother Travis Cain's with us today, and he was in the very inner circle of George Floyd. They were close enough that brother Travis called George Floyd his little brother, and he gave us some very good insight on brother George Floyd today, and we're just glad to have him. It's the first time I've had that kind of difficulty before. I do apologize. I am gonna play this before I leave because I did mean to play this earlier, but I want to just thank brother Travis for being with us today, and I'm gonna play this before I leave.
Hi, my name is Travis Cains. I'm from Houston, Texas, Third Ward area, Trinity Home Projects, born and raised. And this is my little brother, George Floyd. I created this mural to make everybody understand where he was from, to make you understand that injustice has happened in America. We're tired of our kids being made of murals, being put on murals. We're tired of our black men being put on murals. We're tired, period. We're tired of killing us. We're tired of injustice. We want equality rights like everyone else. My little brother's tragic death from the hands of a person that abuses authority was insane. It is something that is happening in America quite often now. To make you understand, you have to keep yourself reminded that we are people too. And black lives do matter. Killed by the hands of an officer that abuses authority, and this officer that worked on the side of him, who had a history of working with my little brother in a nightclub. Make you understand the enslaved racist mentality that he had. It is important to have this mural to show the world where George Floyd was from, where his roots was. The mural means a lot to the community. The community that he's from love him so much. You know, when we had to bring him home, I decided to bring him home. So what I need you to do is share this story about my little brother, broadcast it and network everywhere to bring awareness what's really going on.
My brother helped the family fight for my brother because he was someone. Thank you. The family thanks you. And I will not give up on you, bro. I love you, little brother. And I got you.
With that, we're gonna leave Travis Cain, close family friend, and connected closely as an older brother of George Floyd.